Good morning, everyone. I'm not sure if you guys have had a moment to look at what's taking place in the news right now. But as we are speaking, or as I'm recording this, we have two huge U.S. carriers that's approaching the straits. We have 150 different planes. We have China and Iran, along with Russia, all doing these military drills at the same time that these nuclear talks are supposed to take place. And President Trump has threatened to use force if these talks fail. Well, one of the things that a lot of people aren't aware of is the fact that a great deal of Chinese oil, or China's oil, comes from Iran. China was getting a great deal of oil from Venezuela, but the U.S. just cut off that trade from Venezuela with the capture of the president of Venezuela. Now, if you look back in history, this took place before. In 1945, we had Japan making its aggressions around with regard to China and to other countries. So what did the U.S. do? It cut off the oil supply for Japan, which led to Japan ultimately bombing Pearl Harbor, and thus the U.S. was thrust into World War II. Well, World War III seems like it's going to be pushed by something different, but the same methods look like they're being employed. So what I'm asking right now for everyone out there, I want you to take the time to look at what's taking place inside the world. I want you to take a moment to collect yourselves and think of the outcome that we all want for this world. If we want to be thrust into war, then it's at the front door. If we want to find a peaceful resolution to some of this, then we're going to have to change our tactics. And I don't mean I as an American, I'm talking about I as an earthling. I'm talking about we as a people. This world is going crazy right now. So let us take a moment to look at what's taking place and see what we need to do to make things better for not just us, but for the world as a whole, because that's what it means being conscious. And perhaps everyone can come together and think in a positive way, can pray in a positive way, but even more so, act in a positive way, because this is getting ugly, y'all. So put your best face on, put your most positive attitude on, and let's see if we can consciously make a difference. Have a wonderful day.
Alright guys, as we expected, it looks like all this talk about peace and negotiations with Iran was just to buy time to get military into position. Now they're still acting like there's potential for talks here, but Trump just came out and made it clear that the regime change is going to be the best thing. That is the target. That is what they're going for. And he goes on to say that they've done 47 years of nothing but talking. And they're not going to sit around, obviously, and wait to listen to any more talking, he says. They're making moves. And with that said, the Pentagon has now deployed the largest air power in history. Iran has turned around and blinded the radars coming from the east out of the Gulf. So they're trying to blind anything trying to fly in from that side. So there's been a NOTAM put up in this region specifically for today. Today's NOTAM, February 17th, says the completion of electronic darkness. That's what they've got listed here. According to the latest data, Iran's defensive plan reaches completion at dawn. So there's been something going on where they've been trying to blind anyone coming in from a certain direction, and now the U.S. military is positioned from all angles. I think they were just waiting on one aircraft carrier, and I don't even think they're waiting on that. I think if they could start striking at any time that they're putting the word out there, they're waiting on that just to make it seem like that. They're ready. Everything that I see shows, all signs point to they're getting ready to hit them in an extended wave with like multiple different strikes. It's not just going to be a one-night thing. It looks like if they're going to go hard on this, they're not backing down. Of course, Israel right there in Trump's ear all the way. And at any time, this could unfold. You don't move this many military assets into one area, this massive, without something going down. So I expect that here within days, weeks for sure, a move will begin to be made on Iran. So be prepared. You're going to see a reverberating effect around the world, through the markets, and all that.
Looks like you forgot, once again, how powerful you are.